All right, sound check. Let's see here. Share video. There's video.
I can hear it. All right, I think we're good to go, and we're actually already live streaming. So go ahead, just move to the front. Let's put it on present mode, and let's go.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Anna. All right, everybody, we're going to get about 1 minute here before we get started. So we'll give folks a few more minutes to jump on. But welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. My name is Doug Eccles. We're going to go ahead and get rolling here. But excited to join you guys here today to talk about one of my favorite topics, making money, teaching people how to make money, helping people make money. So something I get really excited about, something I'm passionate about. One of the reasons that we actually went with this model and started the company the way we did is we knew that there's a lot of folks out there that we could partner with and we could help. And there's a lot of folks out there that are super ambitious, entrepreneurial, motivated, and just looking for some opportunities out there. So yeah, so we'll just kind of jump in real quick. So we started in the guard business over a decade ago, and transitioned into proactive video monitoring. And so um, we started a guard company here in Colorado. We grew that to about $5 million, on monthly, or I'm sorry, annual recurring revenue, and just a great business. And through out of necessity, during the COVID eras, we ran into staffing issues. We literally couldn't keep up with staffing. We couldn't place people quick enough, and so we started turning towards technology to help us with that. Just made a lot of sense, and I really believe what we've created is a better mousetrap. It's a better widget. It works better than anything that I've seen in the physical guarding space. Interacting proactive video monitoring with guard companies, and we're just having a lot of success right now. So a lot of good things are happening. So our mission is to provide world-class service and ensure vigilance and security, making sure all of your needs are met when it comes to guarding and securing your property or asset. Our track record right now, we're one of the fastest growing proactive video monitoring companies in the US, which is exciting. We also have some expansion in Canada coming up soon, so we're excited about that. Who we serve anybody that has a need or a potential loss, but couple of kind of high target areas that we find a lot of success in. One is going to be apartment communities. These are high end Class A properties, so these are really nice properties. In our guarding world, we had a ton of clients in that world. And so we transitioned obviously to have a lot of success and a lot of requests for what we do in proactive video monitoring. So do a lot of that. Property management, commercial property, auto dealerships, auto anything is under attack. People are having catalytic converter thefts, vehicles stolen. So anywhere there's autos that are stored, great opportunity for Overwatch and what we do. Any commercial retail areas, a lot of just retail shopping centers. There's just a lot of mischief, shoplifting. You can take a look at the numbers by having, a mobile trailer out there. It reduces crime, reduces shoplifting, those kinds of things. Logistics and warehouse centers. Typically, those are kind of off the beaten path. They're remote, and folks know that from a criminal standpoint that they can get a lot of action there. So we do a lot of logistics centers as well. Construction sites, you have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of supplies, labor, building supplies, wood, shingles, this, that, the other. Those things go stolen every night. And we are able to do a great job of making sure that we can monitor those areas. And so we've got some really great, cool solutions for that. And we'd be happy to chat with you more about that. So here's some of our local clients that trust us here in the Denver market. That's kind of our headquarters, kind of our home market. But Yeah, we're approaching 1,000 cameras monitored right now, so pretty exciting times for our company. We're just, we had 53 going in this week, just expanding every week. So exciting times. We've got stuff in California happening this week, and so we work with property management companies, security companies, car dealerships, auto collision centers. But yeah, anything to do with real estate is very good for our business. Some of you already have relationships with customers just like this, and we want to talk to you about how we can parlay those relationships into being a better income opportunity for you. So real quick, most folks that are in our industry kind of already know how this works, whether you're in the guarding industry or you're in the alarm business or you're an integrator, you install cameras, you probably have heard about this technology. But real quick, how it works. We either install or take over existing IP cameras. A lot of folks see our trailers and think that we do, a ton of work in that world, but actually, majority of our work is on fixed sites, and so that's installing cameras. And so our technology, the AI in the cameras, is incredible. It can tell us, the difference between a dragonfly and a donkey on a site, or somebody who's not supposed to be there during a specific time, or maybe somebody's been on the property for too long. AI is getting better every single day. We just got back from ISC West. We're getting ready to have an upgrade to our AI coming soon, which is really exciting. But that AI tripwire is going to go off. It's going to stream the event directly to our monitoring center. Our monitoring center at that time, in less than 3 seconds, is going to make a real-time assessment on what's going on. Is this criminal intent? Is this just a trespasser? Is this somebody that's supposed to be on the site? And then from there, we want to try to prevent the crime. That's the biggest thing we do, is prevent the crime. If you've got any background in criminal justice or understand what's going on right now, once the crime takes place, the actual chance of recovering or getting anything done with it is next to zero. And so we want to prevent the crime from happening. Our agents use two-way talk down. So we have a great talk down system that we can communicate with people on the ground. We identify them. We'll show you some videos here a little bit later that kind of draw that out. But the whole goal is just to prevent the crime. And we partner with great security companies, courtesy patrol companies, to help in that effort as well. And then if it's an actual crime in progress, somebody's actually breaking into a car, we're going to contact law enforcement and get them there faster with a video verified event, faster than anybody else can get them there. Here's a quick video, just kind of sharing with you a little bit about how it works. Yeah, so let's take a watch here.
This is building security. You are under live surveillance. Leave the area immediately. You in the black hoodie. This is building security. You are under surveillance. Leave the area immediately. Law enforcement has been contacted and dispatched to your location. This is building security. This area closes at 10 p.m. Please leave the area now. Security issues are a major concern in the multifamily industry. Traditional measures like physical guarding, courtesy patrols, and CCTV are expensive and produce very little results. Overwatch offers a proactive crime prevention solution utilizing the latest technology, including AI to detect motion and tripwires, to instantly stream footage to our monitoring team. Then, a highly trained agent then assesses and identifies the real threat. They promptly address suspicious behavior by utilizing two-way talk-down, LED lights, and a siren, removing trespassers and loiterers. If needed, security guards and/or law enforcement can be dispatched. Overwatch live agents stand guard to protect your property. Get the peace of mind you deserve with Overwatch.
So potential partners, we put this video together because when we explain to folks that we talk through cameras and there's lights, sometimes it's a little confusing. It just doesn't make sense. And so we created these little 2D videos to just show really how simple it is, but also how effective it is. And for a lot of folks, they just kind of get it at that point. And so that's exciting. It's something that you can use in your own marketing toolkit and help people understand what it is. So our product lineup, three things that we do really well. That's going to be your fixed IP cameras, our mobile units. We have the mobile surveillance units. These are off-grid LTE solar-powered units. We have two models. One has a gas generator, one does not. These things can be deployed, anywhere on planet Earth, and we can monitor from these guys. And so, construction sites, collision centers, excuse me, a lot of car dealerships are using them right now. We're having a lot of success in that market. And then we've got a pole kit, which is kind of a temporary solution. A lot of construction sites will use those as well. But the mobile units are just much more reliable. So we try to focus on those. And so today we want to talk about partnering with security companies, integrators, and sales professionals. So that's who this presentation is for. And the focus and the goal is to create reoccurring revenue. So, real quick, just kind of going back to some mentorship that I've received in business is that it doesn't really make sense to sell a product or service that you get paid one time. Our monthly bills, excuse me, our monthly bills are monthly. So if you got a cell phone bill, they don't send you to one bill per month. They send you 12 months of bills. Your mortgage payment comes up every single month. And so, in my opinion, it only makes sense to get paid in a reoccurring revenue fashion so that you can create some stability. So uh, I'm really focused on helping and teaching other people how to create reoccurring revenue. And we've got some great, win-win solutions here. But we're looking to partner with guard companies. These are security guard companies that offer dedicated guards, mobile patrols. We're looking to partner with integrators, installers, folks that possibly MSPs, folks that are out there talking to this client base that just makes a lot of sense. And then I always have folks that reach out to me and they're interested in working with our company. Uh, I like working with entrepreneurial type folks. I really like to help people build things, and something that really motivates me and really gets me excited is teaching people how to create something on their own. And so we have an opportunity for sales professionals, for folks that want to represent our company in an entrepreneurial fashion. And so we have a model for that as well. So as mentioned, we're going to talk about reoccurring monthly revenue here a lot, creating a commission opportunity for every camera that's sold. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to be using, obviously, live agent monitoring that's supported by AI, enhanced software that can just be added to a camera so that we can monitor those things. Proactive crime deterrence is huge. That's what we do. Um, we're not a forensic camera system. We're not helping people, find something that happened, 3 weeks ago. Any camera system can do that with an NVR. That's not really helpful for people. What I find in the crime world, we're trying to deter crime from actually happening. The secret sauce is our agent monitoring team. They do a phenomenal job. They're highly trained. They do it's better to have 10 sets eyes on a property versus one security guard. So we can cover more ground. It's more efficient. It saves people money. Just makes sense. So we want to create partnerships where we can help people. One of the most challenging parts of being in business is marketing and finance, in my opinion. And so we help people along the way by partnering with us. We give you a toolbox for marketing so that you can start marketing to your own clients. We offer a weekly training and support. So we have a call and a training that we follow. So we work with our partners. We discuss topics with them. We call it IDS. We identify, discuss, and solve issues to try to help you have success in your market and what that might look like. So want to talk real quick to guard companies. Um, I think this is huge. Owning a guard company for a decade, we missed out on so many opportunities because we did not have staff available and ready to go. So, partnering with Overwatch will allow you to overcome that. So, in the financial world of owning a business, there's something called lifetime value of a client, and if you miss that call, typically there are really inconvenient times. Say Friday at 5 o'clock, they call in. I can't tell you, almost every Friday this happened when we ran that business. And they've got a construction site that needs to be covered, or they need an extra guard over here, whatever it may be. Um, if we couldn't staff it, we couldn't staff it. And that just meant that they got on Google and they pulled up the next client, right? But that relationship is so important. That lifetime value of the client can equal hundreds, if not millions of dollars in revenue to your company. If you don't have a solution to help them, you just simply miss out on it. And so if you could partner with Overwatch and we could create a win-win situation, you should never miss out on an opportunity. If you have a construction client that calls in at 5 o'clock and says, "Hey, we need a guard out there," we would want you to represent Overwatch in the fact that say, "You know what? Tell me your needs." You find out what their needs are, and you simply pivot and say, "You know what? I've got a great solution for you." It's called a mobile monitored surveillance unit. We can have it out there in a few hours. We'll get it set up. Here's the cost. Give them the pitch, explain to them how it works, and solve the problem. And so maybe you just get them through the weekend, or maybe it's a 3 week event, or it's a month, but it turns into a relationship. Now you know the superintendent of the construction site. Now you have a relationship with them. The next time they are starting another project, or maybe they've got 10 other projects going on, you now become their person. And I can't tell you how important that is in business and relationships, is making sure that you are there to be able to meet their needs. So, um, in any type of operational management role, if you can help somebody solve a problem, you automatically become their guy or their gal. And so that's so important. Alarm integrators, people that are already installing cameras, man, you guys, you work your tails off. You do such a great job. It's really hard work running cable, installing cameras, and you get paid one time. Blows my mind. Doesn't make any sense to me. I would never do that. Don't do that. Partner with Overwatch. Talk to them about proactive video monitoring and how it can reduce crime on their properties. It can solve problems for them, and we can create RMR for you, really for the life of the client. We as a company are not interested in participating in your revenue on the install. That's your business. We're just interested in helping you create reoccurring monthly revenue. So I've got a couple models here that kind of shows what that looks like. But compensation wise, here's what it might look like for you as a guard company that refers somebody to us, or alarm integrator type person. Uh, this might look like something like this for you. So let's just say you're a one man band and you're out there installing 50 cameras a month or 100 cameras a month. You start pitching Overwatch. You start talking to them about the benefits of proactive video monitoring. You talk to them about our four uniques. You talk to them about deterring crime on their property, keeping it safe, saving them money, getting a real time resolution quickly. Most of our events are resolved in 8 seconds. But let's just say you're just kind of piddling around with this thing, and in your first year you added 50 cameras. That's an additional $3,600 in revenue a year. That, I don't know about you guys, but that's nothing to bat an eye at. That's an extra $300 a month. That pays for kids' college. That pays for insurance. That's a help. But what most people are going to be looking at is growing that number. So you get out to 100 cameras, 200 cameras, 300 cameras, 500 cameras that are monitored. So within a 5 year period of time, let's just say you added 100 cameras, and that's something that could be very part time without a whole lot of effort and energy. You would create an additional $36,000 a year in revenue. So that's a nice base income for you. If you're out there and you're independent, you're installing cameras on your own, You know that there's good times and there's bad times. There's times you're super busy and there's times that you're sitting at the house. But man, wouldn't it be nice to have an additional $3,000 a month in revenue coming in? Whether you get out of bed or not, that revenue is still going to continue to go up. And so these are just basic, starting numbers. I think that they can be much higher depending upon, where you're at, in the country, what the crime rates are, how big a need there is, those kinds of things. And that's based off of, $6 and almost like a revenue sharing for you through our monitoring platform and program. So that's pretty exciting. You essentially have zero cost to get started. We're not charging, $250,000 to open a Subway. We're just saying, hey, partner with us and talk about Overwatch when it makes sense. So that's pretty exciting. I think it's a great opportunity. If you're looking for ways to make your security company stand out, serve clients more effectively, and scale revenue, consider partnering with Overwatch. It really just makes sense. Sometimes folks think, well, maybe, I want to do this on my own, or I should look around. I promise you, we at Overwatch have one of the best monitoring platforms out there. Our team from a monitoring agents is, if not the best in the business. I'm very confident in our abilities and what we do. We do a phenomenal job. But yeah, we've invested millions of dollars into our platform to make it really, really, really good. And we're really proud of Overwatch and what we've accomplished thus far. Now we're ready to take it to that next step and start sharing it with other folks so that they can also benefit in the hard work that we've put in. Our team is here to help you, to assist you, help you in any possible capacity way that we can. If it's something that interests you, you want to jump into more numbers, more details, what that might look like. Yeah, we invite you to, snap a photo here, the QR code, log into my schedule. That way we can schedule a time to really jump in and dive in and discuss what this might look like for you. Whether you're a seasoned sales pro looking to diversify or add some additional income, you're a guard company that's looking to partner with us to offer this service. I think we probably up to working with about 10 guard companies right now that we partner. We also reciprocate revenue to you in the courtesy patrol option. So we are paying, 10 companies out there right now revenue to respond to sites, which is, free revenue. It's really an exciting opportunity. If you're in the alarm business, you're in the camera integrator business, and if you've been on a ladder this week, you need to give us a shout. You need to set up a time to meet with us. You need to discuss how we can create recurring revenue for you. So, last thing I want to leave you with is take some time to dig through some of our literature and success. Um, YouTube is a great resource for us because it tells a story about different applications that we've had success in. It shows incredible results in which is done at a fraction of the price of a physical guard. It really highlights our four uniques, and it also shows you how effective it is and how it just makes sense and why we're growing so quickly. And so take some time. Yeah, dig through some of these YouTube videos. Type in collision center, type in auto dealership, type in apartment community, type in parking garage into the search engine and just see what pops up. And as you're talking to clients, as you're meeting with folks, this is a great resource. It's one of our best resources that we have that tells the story. So Overwatch, we run a great business. One of the things that we really are focused on is giving back. Our company has a program called Overwatch Cares. So every quarter, our company donates a percentage of proceeds to a nonprofit or a cause or a care that we really care about. So some of the ones that we've done thus far are an orphanage in the Philippines, the Ronald McDonald House in Denver, Children's Hospital. We've been able to help those folks out. And so it's meaningful work too. So, when we're out there working hard, either on the sales side or an installation side, it's bigger than we are. And I think that's important when you get to help people. And so giving back and taking care of folks is important. And so lots of folks out there that need assistance and need help, and we're happy to help in any way we can. So if you have any questions, we'll open it up here. I have Anna, who's with our marketing team. She's on the call with us here today. We'll have some time for some questions, I think, here on the call. I'll click over. So there's a chat button, I believe, here on the live stream. And so if you have any quick questions, I can answer those. But I'd really encourage you to scan this QR code, get yourself in a situation where you can book some time on my calendar, and we can jump in, find out a little bit more about your situation. We can talk to you more about Overwatch and see if there's some synergies there for us to work together in the future. So I'll pop over here real quick and we'll take a look and see, do we have any questions right now? Let's take a look here. Let's see. I'm going to stop sharing this. Oh, here we go. There's the chat. I was trying to find out where we're at. There we go. There's the chat. Okay, perfect. Great. Got a couple questions in here. What is the amount of revenue per camera? So yeah, so we covered that. So typically our cost, like MSRP, for monitoring 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Is typically between that $150 to $200 range, just depending on the client's use case. We base it off of notifications, and so depending upon how many notifications that client's receiving on a nightly or a monthly basis, sometimes we can do something that's a little bit more fiscally responsible. If it's a site that we have some sites that we literally get 1 to 2 notifications a month. We also have some sites that we have thousands of notifications per night. And so it just depends on the amount of notifications and kind of what's going on. But base price, you're looking at roughly about $150 to $200 per month to have that site monitored. Next question is said marketing materials. What kind of materials are available? So we have flyers, we have paper print, PDF, anything that you would need to send to a client. We have trade show materials. We've got trade show booths. We've got a full marketing CRM. We target and work on verticals. So for instance, our car dealership folks receive information about car thefts and catalytic converters, whereas multifamily, it's more about break-ins, vandalism, transient activity, theft. So we have some really great marketing materials that we've been able to create. Anna, who's on the call here, is a wizard at marketing, does a phenomenal job, and we listen to what our clients say. We ask questions and we find out what their problems are, and then we find out what makes sense. So yeah, we got a ton of information as far as the marketing toolkit. And so once somebody comes on, becomes a partner, we share a marketing toolkit with them, and so you have access to have all those tools. Next question is, I'm not a guard company. How does this put guards? How does this not put my guard business out of business? Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, so it's kind of a conflict of interest, and I definitely understand that. But long term, you got to look at the future. If you're not evolving, if you're not growing, you're dying. And so I think it makes sense to just participate in future efforts. And so if you own a guard business right now, you know that physical guarding is not that profitable, and your margins are probably very low. And so I would encourage you to really dial in on your numbers and decide, hey, does this even make sense? Courtesy patrols are typically more profitable, and so going back to that lifetime value of the client, what's more important is the relationship of the client. And if you have a portfolio of clients inside of a network, that's highly profitable for you. And so I get it. It makes sense to think, why would I, essentially sell against myself? But that's not really truly how it works. And so we have hundreds of sites where we have physical guards still on site, even though maybe financially it doesn't make sense. It's what the client wants. Our recommendation is to install an Overwatch system and collaborate that with a mobile patrol. So if you have courtesy patrols or a mobile patrol attached to the site, it just makes sense. 90% of the time, we can run folks off. We can get people out of the pool. We can remove a transient or homeless just with our two-way talk, lights, LED, and talk down. But in the event that that doesn't work, we still need to be able to call courtesy patrol. And so it creates more revenue on the courtesy patrol side, and it just makes sense. If you've got a guard that's sitting on a site and you're having challenges with staffing and you're having challenges with accountability and production, this is the answer to your problems. And I've lived it, I've breathed it, we've done it, and we've had success. And so I would encourage you to really take a look at your numbers and see if it makes sense. So we have these partnership opportunities for those of folks that are a little bit more interested in running, a more involved business. We also have a franchise model for folks that are interested in running a full-fledged Overwatch territory or location. And so a lot of opportunity there as well. And that's, where you could see potentially, more revenue from the Overwatch system if it makes sense for you. So, yeah, let's see if we have any other questions. All right. Well, I think that covers it for today. I appreciate everybody being on the call. This is a topic that I'm really excited about, partnering with people, helping people, working with entrepreneurial people. So I encourage you to go to my schedule, my calendar, book a time if you're interested in learning more. Be happy to chat with you. You have the option to pick 15, 30, 60, 90 minutes. Pick whatever you feel like you're going to need. If you got a lot to unpack, go ahead and book an hour. If you just need to have a quick conversation, just pop in for 15 minutes and we can cover it. So thank you guys. I appreciate everybody. If you have any questions, write them down, schedule a call, and let's jump in and see if Overwatch is the right option for you. Okay. Thanks, everybody.